Welcome back, people. It's screen time, baby. I am your host, Tony. We got Manny over there on the table. What up, Peter Pan and Wendy, you bitch?
Bam,
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome, everybody. How's everyone doing? Welcome back.
Welcome back, dude. Totally stoked for this episode of Screen Time.
Super excited.
For some reason, I feel like it's been so long since we've done Screen Time, but in reality, we did it on Friday, dude.
I know, but Friday feels like you said, a millennium ago.
For some reason, it really does, dude. Long weekend. I don't know why. Maybe because I don't even know, dude.
I don't even know.
But I'm super stoked, dude. We're gonna have Jay calling in a minute. But for already with the comment says waiting. Take a look at the bat wings, baby. We're gonna get into waiting in a second. But we do have some more, I guess, like prevalent topics to get to.
We got a few little pop-ups,
For me, I want to get to first is the Peter Pan and Wendy review, actually.
Yeah.
I'm super stoked to be talking about this. Manny and I started talking about it before, but then we stopped.
Yes.
And wanted it all to be
this
on
was
the
like
podcast,
a last-minute addition to us watching. We were like, last night, we should probably watch it for Tuesday.
Dude, literally, I had no idea it came out. And I was like, oh, wow, it came out. We talked about it coming out and everything.
Yeah.
Totally forgot, but super stoked that we're on it now
Super
today,
excited.
dude.
Yeah.
So real quick, Peter Pan and Wendy, right, came out
yesterday, I think.
Yesterday, or maybe it was Monday.
Monday.
Yesterday
1st,
was
probably.
Monday.
Yeah, yesterday, Monday. May 1st.
Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Kind of quite literally a rehash of Peter Pan, offering
Pretty
some
damn close,
difference, obviously, from what we're used to seeing Peter Pan. One being that it was not animated, right?
No, it was closer to Hook than it was to
It was
action.
definitely closer to Hook, and we'll get into that. But
Yeah.
Jude Law was really the only big name. Jim Gaffigan was in it as well as Shmi.
And,
Jude Law obviously was.
what's her face? The mom.
I don't know her name.
The mom and the dad are two big characters. The dad's that weird dude.
Alan, the redheaded dude.
Yeah, he's like really awkward in most of the movies. But the mom was she's a big actress. I forget what her name was. Where's she at? That dude on the right. Her.
Molly Parker.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
she's been in a lot of stuff.
She's been in. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what I've seen her in.
Like she pops up here and there in different movies and shows and things like that.
Yeah, I've never seen her in anything ever, dude.
I don't know. Is that the right one? Then I might be losing.
It looks like she's in Lost in Space, the television series. Michael's a big fan of that. Deadwood also. That was a pretty solid series.
Oh, that's
House of Kurds.
And House of yeah. She plays a lot like very intense roles.
Yeah, so do you, dude.
I try to be bad.
Jay Bird says it was the weather that made the weekend long.
I think so too.
Wow, I
can
can see that, dude. I kind of enjoyed the rain, to be honest. It washes away the pollen. I don't get allergies now, obviously.
Right now, you're just hurting.
But first, says Peter Pan, amusing, beautiful, familiar, overscored, uneven, well cast. He says, well shot.
But that is, I think, for the first time that we've actually all agreed on pretty much everything that you just said.
Yes,
almost everything is pretty spot on.
For me specifically, though, I think they could have casted it better.
Right, that's what we talked about. We liked Peter Pan,
right?
That character, he was good. I have a little bit of an issue with Jude Law, but not enough for it to be a big thing. He was great in it. There's just like little things that,
right. But yeah, so he's following up. Wendy, played by Ever Anderson. She's a daughter of Mila Jovovich and Paul W.S. Anderson.
Paul W.S.
Anderson. So that's pretty interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, the cast is very diverse. This was something that you definitely saw. And there were a lot of hints of like, fuck you to Florida type thing with Disney. I forget what it was. Oh, it was like the girl thing. She was like, are you guys all the Lost Boys? It's like, we're not all boys.
Right.
You have a fucking wide variety of ethnicities in it. Like that, like I just said, that quote from it was literally the Lost Boys have girls in it.
Yeah, and I feel like, in Hook too, they had something similar. They didn't really.
I don't even remember. Did they have a girl though?
I want to say they did, right? I'm picturing a girl dressed up like one of the Lost Boys. I don't know if I'm picturing the daughter, maybe.
I think you're picturing the daughter, because the daughter is the one that helps. I don't think it was the Lost Boys. It was just the boys. I mean, if you think the whole thing is really the only women are the girl, Tinkerbell, the girl, the daughter, and the mother.
Wendy,
like that's it.
Yeah, that's right.
On the ships, it's all pirates. It's all guys.
Obviously, yeah.
The Lost Boys were Lost Boys, but I mean it.
Right.
The funny part is like we have to talk about it because it did nothing to change anything, which is like in the storyline. So I don't understand, like that's just the way it was put before this now, and it's good. It's great. I think it's a awesome thing. I just don't feel like making it a huge deal.
No, I mean, as it shouldn't be.
Exactly.
And I think what was nice was like they didn't really hammer it either, which is good.
I mentioned the kid with Down syndrome.
Yes,
he had like 3 or 4 lines, and they were perfect.
Yeah, no, it turned out great, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think good job, honestly, in this in terms of not making it too like in your face, different.
They
like,
didn't need to.
It wasn't like trying to say, "Oh, Peter Pan back then was not good because of this." Like the times were not good. That we have to change it now.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a remake for that reason.
Exactly. It was a remake to be a remake, not to just cover everything. Tinkerbell, African American,
right?
After all the shit that they took with Little Mermaid, being like, like the shitty part is that we have to talk about it because it's part of it now,
right?
But like, I don't want to talk about it because who the fuck cares?
Who the hell cares? Yeah.
They were characters in the show, in the movie, and it's awesome. They played, I think that group, the new group of lost children, let's say,
right?
They were a lot more badass. Like that one kid was shooting the arrow at her.
Yeah, that was cool,
and that was accurate. He was
like, to do it in the hand.
Yeah,
too. Oh,
dude,
that was sick.
Which brings us to the I think the violence.
Right, violence was, I think, pretty top notch.
Yeah. It was aggressive. The alligator.
Right. The alligator was definitely aggressive, dude. And you still had that, like, again, I think they hit nostalgia on perfectly. You know, when they first see the alligator, Captain Hook is like holding the mouth open with the legs. Like that. Again, that is like literally the image you're thinking of when you think of Peter Pan animated.
Which you don't get in Hook.
Yeah, correct. I mean, that's, Hook is different. I still think Hook is better. We can do a comparison.
I'm not even gonna get into that.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
But the action was great, dude. It was violent. You saw an arrow through someone's hand. Yeah, obviously, like if you ask me, I want blood and shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're not gonna get that, dude. I want blood and shit. I want people shitting and smearing their shit.
Smearing the shit.
I want smearing his shit.
I will say the cool part, like a few cool nostalgia wise, the shadow.
Right, that was cool. They hit that very perfectly.
That they killed it when he shows up to their room and everything. That was pretty solid. And shooting the door down and walking out, and Smeed being like, "Sir, that's your third door. This it's like, I don't care. There'll be more." Like shit like that.
The funny shit.
Yeah, they really did the funny stuff correct and not gimmicky.
Right.
And you get a lot of. I mean, hold on. Let's stay with the violence real quick because we see Peter Pan get freaking
dropped, bro. Sliced and then dropped.
And then dropped from a distance. And you see him land on the ground and the thump.
I know.
I was like, oh, shit. I can't show my kid this. Yeah, he'd be like, honestly, what happened to Peter Pan?
Like, how crazy is that?
How do you end up like... Because it is, the tale as old as time. It's like back and forth. Like it's like the Batman and Joker. Like they need each other.
Right. Yeah. One cannot exist with the other.
Yeah. And then you're sitting there going... Because that's actually the point of the whole movie at that point, too. Towards the end is
they need each other.
They need each other. They were friends. That's the other thing. We get all that backstory, which is crazy on Hook or on Captain Hook, on Peter Pan, what happened between them, to the real reason why like there's that hate and
the animosity. Yeah, I love that they touched upon that.
That was good, and it wasn't intense, and it didn't take a lot of time. It was that one scene where they're like
talking.
She's in jail,
or
in the prison in the boat, and he's explaining
what was going down.
And you're like, oh, that makes sense,
right?
I'm like, oh, that's why they never end up. But then you get to the point where they never end up killing each other.
Right. Again, they have that conversation as well, too.
They need each other.
Like, hey, Captain Hook says, you won't have your adventures without me. Like, imagine Neverland without me.
Yeah.
Or without us. Dude, like.
I will say that the line when he gets cut, that Peter Pan says, I don't like
this adventure
anymore. Dude, that might have been one of my favorite parts of the whole thing.
Really?
Because it changes the narrative of everything. Like all of a sudden it becomes more of an adult concept.
Yeah, not so much like
like it's not just this fun thing. It's like you get into this really deep thing where this kid's just like, I've never been hurt. Like pain. Like I don't like pain. I don't like But it's stuff that as a kid you don't understand really. You're talking a battle between a kid and an adult, and this adult just showed you what pain really is.
Yeah.
And you realize, dude, I don't like this. And then when he fell, it fucked.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, crazy, how do you kill Peter Pan?
Yeah.
And I knew because, of course, there was much more time left on the
right. Yeah, like, oh, he's gonna come back.
I'm like, there's something.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, I think, a little strange that the shaman woman character, like she's like
the Native American type.
It wasn't even. Was it a Native American? Are they Native American in that world? Though?
I mean, I don't put that. I mean, that was the feel you were getting like a native tribe.
Yeah, a
you
tribe
know, like
thing,
again, reminiscent of, it was like even like at their camp, it was like a teepee with, they were like Native Americans.
I mean,
the braids and everything. Like
in the animation, there's teepees,
right? Yeah, very true.
With the Lost Boys and stuff. But I feel like you've never seen, at least I don't remember seeing like this third entity.
Right. No, never.
In this world,
no.
You know, so it was a little bit, that was a little bit jarring because I'm like, dude, who's this girl? Like, she's the in between because I believe she goes back to her family. She goes, she's a child growing up. She's in the middle. So you have Peter Pan, you have her, and then you have Hook.
Right.
And you're kind of like playing this thing, but I don't know if it was needed. I mean, she revives him with whatever that goopy goop she puts on him. And he wakes up and it's all good, but it's just kind of like, I mean, you get the shadow that runs to her,
right?
So like,
there's some
little things, but I mean, you could probably have figured out something else,
right?
But I don't
know. But yeah, it's actually, again, I know we keep going back to the violence, but I watched this movie this morning. I woke up early. I was like, oh, like probably a good way to start your day. Like,
you would think.
Wendy, you know? And I'm like, whoa, dude. And I thought, let's get into the casting, right?
Yeah.
So I thought Jude Law was great, honestly. I'm a big fan of Jude Law and his acting. I think he's had so many good movies out there, like Side Effects and Repo Man. You know, I really enjoy his acting.
I mean, I think,
you know,
I
even
love
like
him.
The rom-coms.
Yeah, I love him as Dumbledore.
I
think he came back onto the scene with that character, and that character is very, like, it's an important character in that in that series, and I think he's done it very well justice.
As Watson too, and Sherlock Holmes,
amazing as Watson.
dude.
I love him as Watson.
So I love his acting, dude, and I thought he played a great Hook. I mean, again, like, especially as someone like the way they had Hook's character, where he was actually doing a lot of the explaining.
Yes.
You really need that veteran actor to sell that shit, you know, dude. Like,
you know, when I think about it now, I think I disliked Hook only at the beginning because there was no comic relief.
Right.
But there was the walking of the plank with Wendy.
Yeah.
Or not with Wendy. What's her name? Well, whoever the girl is. Is it Wendy? I thought Wendy was the mom.
No, Wendy is the child.
Wendy is a child. Right.
In the original Peter Pan, Wendy's the girl, the child.
But she grows up, Wendy, technically.
With the way Hook goes.
Yeah.
Hook goes like Wendy's the grandmother.
Yeah.
And the grandchild is going to.
That's usually what messes me up on this story. But when she's walking the plank, and it's all like it feels so violent until all of a sudden you see, come here.
Like, hear a splash.
Did you hear a splash? Like, that whole line.
Yeah.
That got me. That made me go, all right, he's not a vicious like person. He's acting a little bit more like dumb. At that point, I was cracking up. I was like, did you hear a thing? Everyone was like, yeah, of course I heard it. No, I didn't hear a splash. Maybe maybe she's falling down really slow. So it was.
I enjoyed. I think at first, the way he looked was just different than what I'm used to.
I think it was jarring
for Captain Hook. Again, you think of Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah,
I hilariously with the wig, but
it was a Spanish style. Is the way that I feel like the old Hook was.
Captain Hook.
This looks more like fucking Barbossa from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, like that. I think
more piratey.
Yeah,
more
gritty,
hardcore
grimy. Yeah, they've been on the seas.
Nails, the dirty teeth. And
he's not the like head of the Navy and like all dressed up with everything. So
he's exactly. He's dirty and shit.
So I think that's what threw me off at first, but as it went by,
like when he did the first fight scene, the big fight scene with Peter Pan too, when they like curl up and bring his hair up too. He got a good look to him with the mustache and everything. So love Jude Law there. Fight scenes were good, well choreographed, dude. Like the movie wasn't too cheesy. Again, for me, I think they could have had a better cast all around. I mean, the kid who was Peter Pan was good. Wendy was fine. You gotta use kids. That's great.
And one of the main girl, Wendy, was Mila Jovovich, and Anderson's daughter. Yeah, which is insane.
It is pretty crazy. Yeah. Like that was a good cast. Again, Jude Law, good cast. I would have liked to seen a little bit like a better supporting cast, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any other characters that you need to really
go
too in depth with that you have to find. Like Jim Gaffigan was what's his name? Shmee. He had a few lines.
Yeah, they could have hit him some more, dude.
They actually like Shmee is one of the ones, and when you learn about Shmee,
right,
taking him in, and
took him in,
Hook in, and then Hook became the thing. But like Shmee, you could see the sensitive part of his pirate when she's being thrown overboard, and he's holding Tinkerbell. It's like there was very isolated scenes where you were like, oh, like these scenes on their own were really, really good. Overall, maybe not the best, but like these individual pieces did really, really well.
Right.
At least for me, they did. So
yeah. No, yeah, I thought overall solid flick. Like you kind of said, they did like these little things correctly.
Yeah.
You know, like with casting Hook, with writing well, with having good fight scenes.
Yeah.
And all those things.
And the cinematography, it looked great.
It
cool.
did look really cool. Skull Island looked cool, dude. Like all that stuff.
Even the alligator like wasn't like this too crazy big, too like out there type thing. It was a big ass
too
dude,
over the top.
Yeah, but it makes sense. It's supposed to be a little over the top. Luckily, they didn't go.
I mean, it's not like imagine if it was just a regular crocodile. That would make no sense.
Would make absolutely no sense. They did so comparing to Hook, the size of the alligator in the tower that falls on him as a symbol, that's pretty much the size of the
dude. That was always so interesting to me how they did that in Hook.
It was brilliant. How do you make the realistic part of it?
That was it, dude.
It's awesome.
I pleasantly enjoyed it.
Overall, what do you think? Give it a number out of 10. What's the does Rotten Tomatoes have a score on it?
I'm sure they do. Let's just check it out.
I'd love to see what they think before we put ours down.
Oh, Peter Pan and Wendy, not Wendy.
Peter Pan. Yo, by the way, she's a snitch at the beginning.
The daughter? Yeah, I know.
You remember? She calls out her brother. She's like, yo, they did it. She goes,
yeah, you bitch.
They were pissed. They're like, what the fuck?
So it looks like we have a 67% of Rotten
67. See, I'm looking more towards like an 85, 8.5.
Really, dude?
I enjoyed it. I think it was entertaining enough. I think it was very fun.
It says prefer, by the way.
8 out of 10.
Sorry.
Thanks, prefer. I'm with him.
No, yeah, I don't know. I think 8 was maybe a little high in terms of movies. I guess I would give it maybe a 7.
Interesting.
Nice. Just because, again, casting could have been better. I just think, casting, honestly, for me. Just putting in other support. Again, like, look at the Shmee in Hook, dude.
Yeah.
Again, that guy wasn't necessarily a talented actor, but he was great.
They had more lines for him. But
they had way more lines for Shmee.
But he played, he plays a little bit more of a dummy. Once you realize that Shmee actually, there's a real person. When you hear that he's the reason that Hook is in and he nurtured him, that gives you a different look on Shmee.
Yeah.
I feel like you all of a sudden, whatever pre-existing thoughts you have on being goofy and being like, but it kind of goes away once you realize like this dude's like Hook's dad.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like Hook's dad, and then all of a sudden Hook just kind of went off and has his dad there all the time, but still but like kind of pushes him to the side. Because he tells me like, don't say his name. Don't say this. Don't ever say this. Like, you know, like he wants to be angry at, but he knows like, oh, that's the guy who raised him. Yeah.
But even so, I mean, again, we're getting a Hook and the supporting cast around it. I mean, the Lost Boys, for example, like you had fucking what's his name be Rufio, Prince Zuko over there was Rufio. You know, like again, not a huge actor, a huge name, but a child actor at the time for sure. You know, you saw movies. He was in Johnny Tsunami, right? Like that kid was in movies before. He was recognized. Was a good actor. He had a great role. Again, maybe this movie was more about Wendy, Peter Pan, and Hook. Really,
it's that backstory because
like,
you don't see
just that. It's Peter Pan and Wendy. It's not like so I can see why other characters didn't have prominent roles either. But still, it would have been things like that I think would have made the movie have some more dimensions to it.
I think that once this is done, of course, now that it's out,
Right.
I think they can move over now and do a Lost Kids movie. And do a little, because that's kind of like it was. This is more of the backstory. We're learning some stuff about this shit.
Right.
Like, you don't really learn too much about the Lost, I want to say the Lost Boys, not Lost Boys anymore, but Lost Boys.
The Lost Boys.
The Lost Boys, that's just the name. But you don't really get into it. Like in Hook, you really get into it because that's that's who gives Peter the power back almost to realize that he's a kid. Robin Williams' character as he's older, but I don't know. It's just I still think for the movies that are coming out from Disney, remakes and stuff, this is probably.
It's up there for them.
I want to say top 5 of the ones that they've created. I love Cruella. Cruella, I think, was a fucking hit.
Cruella was amazing.
Like,
dude.
it's one of the best.
Yeah.
What else did they do that I actually liked?
Jungle Book was not that good. Lion King was not that good. Mulan sucked. Aladdin wasn't that great. No, I like Beauty and the Beast. I put it up there for them.
You like Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah.
I said top 5, so yeah, that makes. I need
a
few more.
Cruella, Beauty and the Beast.
I think those are 2 biggest ones for me.
Yeah, dude,
But other than that, like that's why I think I gave it a little bit higher, because I think they finally like slowly they're slowly hitting the mark with the live movie.
I'm honestly interested to see Little Mermaid.
Yeah. We'll see what happens, bro.
What was your final score for this bad boy?
I'm gonna give it an 8.5 because
8.5, dude.
I think they matched up pretty well. There was a lot of scenes that you saw in the original. You're like, oh. I just felt good. So,
yeah, dude, I love it. Sorry, I'm just.
I agree.
We're gonna have Jay Bird calling in a little
bit. Because we got to talk about another movie.
GlenGarry Glenross. I think we have him until 1, honestly, so I'm not exactly sure. He did just comment just a classic /, or this actually is a /.
Cinderella 2015. I don't think I actually watched that one.
Cinderella 2015, is that with?
Who was it?
Is that when they had like an African American woman playing Cinderella, or is that way back in the day?
I don't fucking know.
Because that one was really good, and I used to know the actress's name. I forget who it was, but she was really good.
Live action Disney movie.
No, so this is with Lily James and Richard Madden. Oh, Kate Blanchett was in it, and Helena Bonham Carter.
Interesting. Interesante.
Oh, this is the one I was looking for right here.
Is that Brandy?
Is it?
Yeah, it's Brandy.
Brandy,
the R&B singer.
Is it really?
Yeah.
This doesn't really give me anything here. Okay.
Cinderella. That's the one that you were looking at, I think.
Is that what it's really called? No way.
Yeah.
Cinderella.
No, I need the remakes, dog. Yeah, I don't know. It's
Cinderella Man, dude. No, it was just called Cinderella. Here we go.
Man, dude.
Cinderella Man, dude. This is the one I want. Cinderella, 1997.
97 with Brandy? Damn.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Cinderella Brandy. That's right, baby. That was a good one, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 2015 one, I'm not familiar with.
Yeah,
dude.
I don't remember. Oh,
was that like in cahoots with
Maleficent?
Maleficent, dude.
Maleficent?
That would make sense, dude.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Is Lily James like? Oh, no, never mind. I thought she was someone else.
By the way, I am looking right now at Rotten Tomatoes, and they have The Jungle Book being the #1 live action Disney with 94%.
That's pathetic, dude.
Yeah.
By the way, prefer to say
Cinderella,
Lily James, all caps, dude.
Yeah, I'm watching it right here. Kate Blanchett, Lily James. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it. See.
Yeah. Oh, and then Jay Bird says my socks wanted in on the action. All right, Jay. Whenever you're ready, call in because we're starting the GlenGarry Glenross review right now, dude. As Michael enters the studio, dude.
Buddy, how are? Oh my god, I forgot they did Lady and the Tramp in 2019 too.
Lady and the Tramp
that was atrocious.
Sucked on my nuts. I didn't see it actually.
Alice in Wonderland 2. Oh, Dumbo. I forgot about Dumbo. That sucked also. Yeah.
Wait, they did a live action Lady and the Tramp?
Yeah, you sure about that, dude?
Am I seeing it wrong? No, yeah.
I'm going to cry, Lady and
2019. 2019.
Oh gosh, dude, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, this looks terrible.
Yeah.
With Justin Theroux, Sam Elliott, Janelle Monáe.
Yeah,
Tessa
it's
Thompson,
like the dogs are,
barking.
they come up barking. Yeah, man. That's yeah.
Looks like Jay's calling in, by the way, buddy.
Jay, come on down. Oh,
Jason?
I forgot about Pinocchio too.
Jason.
Jason.
Oh no, is it not working again, dude?
Oh,
Jason?
son of a.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm gonna try and repair
Rewire
to this guy.
Yeah, I forgot about Pinocchio. Pinocchio was actually a good one. I'll give that I'll give
Stand
that
by,
top
Jason.
5.
Jason, stand by. Pinocchio. Oh, Benicio del Toro's Pinocchio?
No. Benicio del Toro? You mean Guillermo del Toro?
Oh yeah.
No, I'm talking about
God
the other one, the Disney Plus one, the one that's actually through Disney.
That's
That's not
actually
like
through
a
Disney.
horror movie.
Jason? Yes.
We got him.
Jason.
I'm here.
Don't leave me, Jason.
Don't leave me, Jason.
I'm still here, guys. Don't worry.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Doing laundry.
Oh, are you in the basement right now?
No.
Are you in your
The
room?
basement. That scary place.
That's good.
Yeah, I
I
can
don't
home
like
alone.
that place.
I don't like that place. I
But
try to spend the least amount of time down there.
yeah.
I'm gonna put you in the basement later, dude.
You're gonna put the lotion.
So how'd you guys like? I did listen, but like, how'd you like Peter Pan?
Surprisingly good.
It
on what we're
surprised
saying.
us, yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
I
We
don't-
thought it was gonna suck, and it really didn't.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard me watching it this morning, but it had some good action, dude.
I'm sick. All right,
Yeah.
I might check it out. Disney Plus.
Disney Plus
Disney
just came
Plus.
out, dude. It's an easy watch too,
Yeah.
dude.
Nice.
Like we said, it was just overall well made. They did little things correctly that all culminated into one solid flick.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those movies that nothing was bad, nothing was great.
Was
It
exceptional,
Just,
yeah.
everything was just good, and a story was told. Visually, it was good. Acting was good. Done.
It was right. It was just right.
It was done
dude.
right.
I love it.
So yeah, dude. While we have you on the phone here, we're
jump
talking
on
about GlenGarry Glenross. A movie that came out. I said 96, I think before. Came out in 92.
92. Yeah. It's an oldie but a goodie.
It really is. Cast very well.
Dude, the cast is outrageous.
Alan Arkin, Ed Harris, Al Pacino, Jack Lemmon,
Kevin
Spacey, and Alec
Spacey,
Baldwin.
yeah.
Spacey, who obviously
has his own problems.
He's estranged from the biz.
He's estranged from the business for being a pedophile. Yeah, cheese
Yeah.
pizza, as Michael likes to say, colored pencils, even.
But with all that, his acting back in the day was fucking point, dude.
Yeah, he was
good.
He was ruthless when he needed to be. He was a good actor for sure.
And he did great in this one. This one, like, I didn't know.
I know.
He was in this movie. I feel like he was a character that you saw him every once in a while. You forgot about him a lot, and then all of a sudden at the end, he comes in strong.
I know, so crazy.
Oh yeah, catches them.
So Jay, I want to toss to you real
Jay,
quick.
let us know.
What do you think of this movie?
Well, I first of all love it that it's free on YouTube.
Yeah,
love
free on
that.
YouTube. And also, I will say it was on Hulu. Also
on Hulu, which is dope, dude.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I found it on Hulu.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't advertise like it was.
I love the movie. It really shows like the pressure that these salesmen were under, like back in the day, like before the internet and like before people could do their research. Like it was kind of like it showed like the slimy underbelly of it and how like these guys are literally trying to like get these people to sign.
Yeah.
And like that's their job. Like they don't really want them to know much about what they're selling or like where their property is. Like it's kind of but like that's the pressure. That's what it was. Like I used to do sales door to door. And it's a shitty job. Like you're all sweaty and you're like trying to like pitch these people on like T-Mobile It's not fun. It's not fun. I'll tell you that.
T-Mobile back in the day, not fun at all.
No, dude, I would not cut it at this firm. To be honest with you,
dude, it was grimy.
It's fuck or walk, Jay.
Fuck or walk, Jay.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Maybe if I had Alec Baldwin yelling at me like that, I would.
Dude, are you kidding me? I listened to that speech and I just started doing work all of a sudden.
I think that like that scene was possibly one of the greatest like opening scenes to a movie.
Dude, it was crazy.
It really is such a phenomenal speech. It really like it sets the tone.
Who the fuck am I?
Yeah, who the fuck am I?
I'm that guy that drove an $80,000 car here while you're driving your Hyundai.
What's your name?
I mean, $949,000 last year.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so
fuck
funny.
You, that's
dude.
my name.
But
wait,
yeah, go ahead,
Alec Baldwin was just there to hype him up. He didn't see him in the rest of the movie. It was kind of
that was it. He was just that's what he was there for. He was there to deliver the speech and then he was gone.
I know.
Which is so funny because at the time he wasn't like he was probably bottom of that pecking chain.
Yeah,
in actors
compared to Al Pacino, even Kevin Spacey too. At the time, Jack Lemmon, we know.
Ed Harris is a little bit.
Alan Arkin.
Alan Arkin was up,
established by then.
Game over. Like the fact that he is the bottom of the list of that pool is insane.
I know.
And he puts on what was it? A 5-minute scene that he just fucking destroys the entire thing from beginning to end. Perfect speech.
Yeah, murked it.
Absolutely killed it, dude.
Murked it.
But I also go ahead, Jay. No, keep going, Jay. You're on a roll. You're on a roll, Jay. You keep going.
Oh, thanks, dude. I guess it's just like because it's an older movie. There's a lot of dialogue in this movie. So
yeah, I was about to say that too. Yeah,
you had to pay attention. There were lots of like people providing leverage and incriminating themselves, and you really had to listen to the movie. Which I like. I mean,
exactly. I agree with you 100%.
No, it's something that movies miss nowadays.
That's
caught
the
up in the special effects and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
like Mighty Morphin Power Plumbers does not do that though. They get caught up in the script writing and acting.
Yeah,
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 30th anniversary episode, however, got caught up in the stupid cinematography and fucking
the voices,
whatever his name is, dude.
Accents. I got caught up in the accents, to be honest.
The accents, yeah.
In Power Plumbers, dude.
Power Plumbers.
Yeah. Those were solid. Those were solid, dude.
No, but I think I'm with you, man.
Those are some crazy jobs.
The crazy jobs.
Jay said that, yeah. Michael's in the studio right now, Jay. He's off microphone and headset, but he knows that you're on the phone.
It's funny. What did he say about my my quote?
He he mouthed me. He's like, Jason.
Oh yeah.
He gets very excited for you.
My friend Mike.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right, dude.
Your friend Mike.
Yep. My friend Michael.
I don't think he's watching the
probably
episode. He's probably just on the phone though.
But if you go back later to watch the
episode, I know I'm watching.
You'll see.
Look at him. I see his face.
Yep, there you go. I saw his face. Yep. But dude, all right. So the rest of the movie, for me, again, like I've always seen that scene too. The first time I watched this movie, which was years ago, I always thought it was pretty crazy how many turns it took.
Yeah.
In terms of the plot. Because again, like, the opening scene, you're thinking, all right, it's going to be probably about just these 4 guys in the office, just selling real estate.
Yeah.
And trying to like, I was just selling real estate, like nothing else goes down.
But also from across the street at the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah. Like sketchy shit goes on. And it's just like, again, you're just thinking like, first couple scenes, it's just like, all right, these guys, I'm sure someone's going to make a break. Maybe someone's going to be jealous of the other one and they're going to, whatever conflict will be. And it's just like, I feel like the actual plot that unfolds just comes way out of left field.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I feel like it's a world.
The leads.
Yeah. It's a world that we didn't know about.
Yeah.
In a time that was way more aggressive. Dude, the shit that was said. The language that was used.
Yes.
Just like, holy fuck.
As we see in these early 90s movies, like falling down to the language,
90s movies and TV series did not give a fuck about
They didn't give a shit, dude.
That was the time that, yeah, exactly. That's why I love the 90s stuff, because you get this time where I don't think anyone knew how to deal with it, but that was the decade where they figured out, all right, what is good for kids or what is good for viewers and what might not.
Trial error.
Yeah. But yeah, man, some of the shit that was said, even by Pacino at the end, dude.
Oh man, you heard everything.
The C word gets thrown out there,
Oh,
like
C word,
God.
the F word,
everything, the other F word, all
Both
the
F
F words.
Yeah.
But
all the F word.
Michael's thinking so hard about this one.
Yeah,
but Michael should watch the movie. He'd really like it. GlenGarry Glenross, prefer with the comment here. By GlenGarry Glenross review. Everybody hates everybody, and there's a lot of shouting and cursing.
Pretty much.
I mean,
dude, it's true.
Again,
true.
I mean, again, it's so funny because Alec Baldwin really does lay it down in that first scene. His mentality is really the mentality of everyone else.
Prefer just typed in one of the best lines also, which is
Amen.
Anybody want to see the first place? First place prize, as you know, is a Cadillac Eldorado. Anybody want to see second place prize? Set of steak knives. Third place is you're fired.
What a perfect way.
And then even he's like, nice guy, I don't give a shit. Good father, fuck you. Go home, play with your kids.
And that's why the banking failed in the 80s. And then again in the late 2000s.
So pretty crazy, dude. As I'm sneezing, snotting all over the fucking
so much you love it.
dude.
Actually, you know what? Speaking of it being dialogue driven, I had to watch this movie twice, really, to get all of it.
Honestly, I still want to watch it again.
I might have to watch
it. Maybe Jay and I will watch it.
It's free on YouTube, guys. It's free on
YouTube, everybody.
It's free on YouTube. If you pay for Hulu, it's free on Hulu.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, dude. Honestly, like again, it's a movie like back in the day, dialogue, script, and actor driven. You know,
and long scenes.
Yeah.
And yeah, again,
long takes.
I mean, I hate to always go back to the first scene of the movie, but it really just hits me every time, and I've seen it a million times. But every time, just in the small office with the thunderstorm going on in the background, silence. They're meeting. It's like 7:30 at night.
Every time the train goes by and the whole building shakes.
Yeah, like it's shit like that. Like, and again, like that scene is 7.5 minutes of fucking Baldwin. You know, like
you can't you don't see
straight
that
Baldwin.
these days.
Straight Baldwin.
Yeah.
Dude. You don't see that these days
because of the attention spans.
Yeah,
and the fact that you can have like 7 different cameras rolling at once.
Right.
You have unlimited amount of space. Like back in the day, you're fucking paying for film.
Yeah.
Like if your guy can't hit his lines, then fucking A, dude.
Yeah.
We're gonna have problems.
People getting tight.
Yeah. And some of those takes, like you said, long as hell, but work. Because that's what you need. You need that.
Yeah.
You felt like you were being yelled at by fucking Alec Baldwin, and you had no time to like rest through that speech.
No time.
And you can see it through by fucking what's his face? Ed Harris's character getting just ripped.
Upset too.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so
he
tight.
gets pissed, and then all of a sudden, like he goes, "Oh, I'm the guy who drove in with an 80,000," and then all of a sudden you see his face just go, "Fuck, you're right."
Yeah.
Like it's insane. It's pretty. It's good though. It's what movies were made for. You know, good dialogue, solid video to accompany it. Like it's just good all around movie.
What'd you say, Mike? Being real.
Being real.
Yeah, it really wasn't anything like crazy, dude. And they kept it simple.
Exactly. Well, it's your life. It's life. Like someone.
It's not my life.
Well, someone at the time that watched it when it came out was probably like, "Shit, man."
I know.
That's how it is.
Imagine having that type of job. Wow. Thank you,
Dude, that's
Michael.
why fucking people died at the age of fucking
bringing in the bonita with the cookie on the bottom. This is crazy, dude.
Oh, what? I want a cookie.
You can't get one, Jay. You're not here, bud. Too busy getting high on the job.
That's hilarious. I do have to go though. I have a meeting at 12:45.
All right.
Oh shit, dude. All right. So final score of the movie. What do you say?
Oh, dude. Out of 10, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm giving it a high score. I'm going 9.2.
Holy shit.
I love this movie.
Love it, dude. No, I totally agree. I front that 9.2. Thank you so much, Jay, for calling in as always.
Thank you, Jay.
Good luck in the meeting.
Love you guys.
Your laundry. Love you too, but I'll see you later, dude.
Later.
Yeah, see you later. Peace.
Peace out.
All right. Now, I know he had to leave, but I do have a question.
For Jay?
In general, for this movie. The ending. Talk to me about your thoughts once you're done destroying that beautiful bite. Like you said, there's so many twists and turns that by the time I got to the end, I wasn't really sure what the fuck was happening. That's why I think I had to watch it the second time to see kind of this thing. But like, you don't necessarily get a final thing. It almost seems like it's just another fucking day.
Yeah.
Like you just end no matter what happens during your day, because Pacino did not give a flying rat's dick but that cop was trying to get him. He was like,
Literally,
nope, don't give a fuck. It's like at the end of it, I feel like that whole day doesn't even matter. It's just that was the story. That's what every day is.
It was
to
just
these
a
guys.
day in their life. I think that's what it was too. Again, I've seen this movie maybe 3 times in my life. Very spaced out.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, the ending still, I don't think it's meant to be like that's like it's not closed. You know, it is. Ironically enough, they didn't. It doesn't close the movie, but
it kind of does.
It's almost
it closes the day.
Right, it closes the day, dude.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, again, like almost thinking about like Pulp Fiction, for example, right? Like the ending of that movie, like there are open-ended characters, open-ended things, like what happens to certain people you don't know.
Yeah.
That was just one specific day in those people's lives, sort of deal.
Yeah.
Well, then they just kind of move on, and they still do the same thing the next day, sort of deal, you know?
Yeah. I just feel like
I liked that though.
I do.
I kind of enjoy that the ending is like that, as opposed to having something. Exactly, it makes you think.
Decide, but
makes
like
you
want to
watch again too.
We didn't see the end of anybody's because
No.
Pacino ends up going and being like, "Yo, if you need me, I'll be at the restaurant."
Right.
And then Homeboy goes in, presumably to get fired or to get arrested for everything, but like you only see him go in.
Right. You don't know what happens.
And this whole time, of course, you
Homeboy.
have Pacino sitting there fucking hyping this dude up, being like, "Oh, you hear what this guy did? He put down $80,000 job. You know, he smoozed him like this, smoozed him like that, and then it's done." And you're like, "Oh," because I think what was the last shot? The empty office with the shaking of the train again.
Yeah.
Right. That's what like that was it. That's your day.
Yeah.
Leave and no one seems to have hated. Oh no, I'm sorry. The last scene was Alan Arkin calling
In the office.
calling to do another sale. Almost like this is the routine thing every day. We go through the bullshit, and then at the end of the day, you know what? We got to sell some shit.
Yeah.
Sometime because he's saying, "Hey, I believe I'm here to sell blah blah blah. I have a special thing for you."
Yeah, their spiels too were so funny.
It was so fucked too.
I know.
It's like, oh, at 10, okay. I still can come. I'm here for one day.
Yeah.
What time do you need me?
Yeah, right.
8 o'clock? I can be there at 8:30.
Like the area, you know. It's like, oh my god.
I have a limited time offer.
Yeah.
So,
couple comments here. But first says GGGR, GlenGarry Glenross, 10 out of 10. He says, Brian Barnaby says, I've seen 3 movies in my life. Keaton, the Phillies man, and Reds, who is a new viewer, says, I have not seen it yet. Dude, I totally recommend it.
Yeah,
that you check it out, dude. GlenGarry Glenross is a phenomenal movie. Again, a movie that we're talking about, and I want to watch it again later to just understand it more. But it's good enough. It's not like you're pissed off. You can understand. Like you want to watch it again.
You want to watch it because you know you missed something.
Yeah,
doesn't have to be super important, but you know you missed a few things in those dialogues.
It draws you in, baby.
Yeah.
So check it out. Brian Barnaby says The Office is funny. Thank you, Brian. Refer also says, Manny, check out Beau is Afraid in theaters today.
What?
Laughed my face off. My stomach was in stitches.
Sick. I can't wait.
That movie does look good. Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin.
I actually just recently listened to a podcast called Smartless. Jason Bateman, Will Arnett. They had Joaquin Phoenix on. And I like Joaquin Phoenix might be one of my favorite actors. Just because of his overall like just outlook. On acting, on life. Very interesting guy who has not a lot, but a few interesting interviews out there. Because he's so I don't want to it's not it's not derogatory, but he's weird. He's a weird guy.
Yeah, he's a weird fucking guy.
Very interesting upbringing and everything.
Very devoted to the craft of acting.
Yeah, very devoted to acting. Good at it, obviously. Yeah. Has had again interesting upbringing, tragedy like in his life with his brother River and everything. Like,
yeah, that's fucked up.
Fucked up shit.
Yeah. Which of course, I never put 2 and 2 together until I got a little bit older, and I was like, oh, I can't because I didn't grow up in that time. Really, I was a little too young for those guys at the time.
Yeah.
So when Joaquin Phoenix comes out, and you're like, oh, cool,
dude, yeah,
and then you're like, oh shit, River Phoenix's brother, and you start putting 2 and 2 together, you're like, oh, okay, that kid probably had a fucked up childhood.
Yeah, dude.
Which they all did. If you look at that list of people, so.
So I would Bo's Afraid. I'm pumped to see that. Is what I'm getting to. Yeah, and I also heard it compared to Everything Everywhere All at Once, from the visuals, the the storyline being original and everything. So
yeah,
and again, to hear Phoenix talk about it too on that Smartless podcast, great interview. Honestly,
yeah.
I didn't know
that Smartless podcast is awesome.
They do a great job.
Those three guys are awesome.
Jason Bateman is also like not super close with Joaquin Phoenix, but super close with Rooney Mara.
Yeah,
who's his wife,
yep.
Joaquin Phoenix's wife. So I thought that was kind of cool that there was like a connection there. And like, again, Joaquin was like, and I've seen interviews where he's like not about it.
Or coherent.
He's not coherent. He's not very receptive.
Well, there was a time where he was doing that fucking movie and no one knew that he was doing that fucking movie.
What was the I'm Still Here or something like that? Where
those interviews were so fucking they were so crazy and people really thought something was wrong. It was one of the first times that like that
someone did that
viral type thing had happened, and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
I know.
And then you're like, oh man, he's really just that fucking into these characters that he's being them throughout the whole time. He's really taking it to heart. So, but again, I fucking love him in everything that he's been in. Her, one of my favorite movies, mainly because of Spike Jonze. I think Spike Jonze is one of the fucking greatest creators out there. But that one, Walk the Line, him and fucking Reese Witherspoon, one of my all-time favorites.
So good.
All-time favorites.
Gladiator, obviously.
Gladiator. Oh, that's what I wanted to bring up.
The Master.
The Master was fucking good too. Joker. But did you see who got cast? We got some new cast people for that the Gladiator movie.
Oh yeah. I thought I put it in the notes, but
I know that was
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal. But did you see Denzel Washington's in it?
Oh yeah, we talked about that already.
I didn't know. I don't think I was here for that one, but like, holy shit, when I looked at that list.
I know, right, dude? It's coming together nicely.
Dude, I'm stoked. That's gonna be Pedro Pascal in there is gonna be fucking awesome. Like, but Joaquin is just he's just good, man.
I know.
He's really good, great actor, and he's done something. He's very there was one award he won. He's very I can't remember.
Humbled?
Not humbled, but he uses his platform to expose other things that are happening in the world.
Okay.
I forgot what his main drive is and what his thing he follows is, because like Matt Damon and his water.
Yeah.
Thank you, philanthropy. Couldn't think of the word. He uses his platform for that, which I think is awesome, especially these days.
Right.
I think it's needed. I think these guys that are this, big actors need to be. They're influential.
Right. As long as it
don't shove it down.
There's a fine line. Don't shove down people's throats, and don't be like, oh, like this is what's happening now. Like this is what I'm going to advocate for. Whatever, dude. Again, shit happens, like natural disasters. What you want to go like Katrina, go flood, whatever. Like the actors did that. Have a philanthropy. Like have a one thing you're working towards. If it's like end childhood obesity, like have it be that.
Yeah, Matt Damon is water.
Like don't. Matt Damon is the water guy.
Know that
that's what he fucking does. Yeah. He's been doing it. He's gonna still do it. He's gonna do it.
Yeah, that's his main goal.
Like you see all these actors, I think, like hopping around just based on like what is, I don't want to say the word popular, but what is basically trending in terms of whatever, dude. And it's almost like clout chasing.
Yeah.
To some degree, and that's like a poor use of your platform.
Yeah, especially when you're that big,
and especially when you are that big, and especially like if you're hopping, you're not fixing anything. You're not getting anything done. Mm-hmm. Matt Damon is getting shit done because he's dedicated to one specific thing that is a vast issue,
and he doesn't. He works behind the scenes on it.
Yeah, you don't hear anything about him, dude.
Yeah. You hear a few things when he's like the spokesman for like one thing that they do
when he needs to be
to get his word out, but the rest is behind the scenes. And I think Joaquin does the same stuff.
Because I mean, honestly, like I think sometimes like Ricky Gervais said it perfectly when he was making fun of all the actors hosting the
Oscars.
The Oscars. A lot of those actors, and honestly, it's interesting because I was thinking about this the other day because I feel it now where. Like, actors, especially like you're working on a movie or a character, you're in there for years, man. Like you are in a bubble. Like you're focused on one thing. You're dialed in. Yeah. Like you're not living the life everyone else is. Like, you don't know things that are going on outside of that bubble you put yourself in, which is whatever. That's the job.
Yep.
Like, you're being an actor, you're in a role. I actually read an article this morning about how Gangs of New York, DiCaprio, Spielberg go out to dinner. They're like, oh, Daniel Day-Lewis, like, come out with us, whatever.
No, Daniel Day-Lewis is the epitome of.
No, yeah, you know what? He did go out, and he did not break character during dinner.
He was
freaking out the fucking waitress.
Yeah, he is a method actor.
Literally,
when he finds his, like, that's what he's famous for.
Exactly,
he turns into
that role.
Same thing. Jim Carrey with
anything,
Man on the Moon.
Really. Yeah, Man on the Moon specifically. Yeah,
they did a whole fucking documentary about that.
Yeah. Do you think either of those actors are privy to what's going on in the world at all?
No. Fuck.
It's not even that they don't care, but they're just in on their role, dude. They are in a bubble. They're not in, they're not in reality. They are not in reality. They are making their own world.
And they don't have a say in a lot. Like, I was listening, as funny as it is, John Cena talking about The Rock and how all the wrestlers fucking were sick and tired of The Rock because he wasn't coming back. He wasn't putting WWE as his priority, and they thought it was him. Being like, yo, fuck the WWE. Well, when it came down to it, after John Cena started doing a few movies, he realized the studios don't want you to be anywhere else but set. Mm-hmm. They don't want you to be nothing. They don't want anything to happen because they have millions of dollars invested in you. It's the same thing as athletes and having fucking motorcycles or football players playing basketball, like, street basketball every once in a while with friends. Dude, you're being paid lots of money to do your job. Unfortunately, you're going to have to skip a few things. And unfortunately, sometimes you're not going to know what's happening in the world for 6 months because you're out in the middle of nowhere shooting this fucking movie. And especially back in the day, it was worse. You didn't have the internet. So now, everyone always wonders why it takes so long and why fucking actors get their trailers and all this shit. It's because lighting alone will take 5 hours. And then you switch a scene and all of a sudden it's 5 more hours. And you have to wait. And you have to do it. So, like, I give him credit for being a fucking method actor and doing that. But it's insane. It's insane.
It really is insane.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot how we got out there.
I don't know. No idea. No idea. Well, I remember method acting when he went to dinner with
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Beau Was Afraid preferred. Go see that movie.
Oh, Beau Was Afraid. There it is.
It's a movie I definitely would love to see, dude. But let's move on. A couple other tidbits of news that we're gonna hit upon here.
I drop them.
One of which, Monster Season 2, dude.
But first says waiting review. That's all he wants.
We're gonna get to that after the tidbits of news because we go to our watch list. Waiting was on my watch list. If you saw on Twitter, whatever. But in a minute, prefer. Hang on. Monster Season 2. Following the Menendez Brothers, I believe. Menendez Brothers.
Menendez. By the way, refresh my memory. Monster Season 1?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, that makes sense. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, obviously, that Season 1, huge for Netflix.
Enormous.
Huge for I forgot the guy's name who played Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer. What the fuck was his name? Doesn't matter, dude. The dude from American Horror Story. You know.
So this is fictional. Right?
Yes. No. This is nonfiction.
Nonfiction. Thank you. Nonfiction.
Nonfiction meaning true.
Yeah, but it's not like a documentary. It's actually a show. Like it's
it's gonna be like a reenactment. Whatever. Same deal.
Same.
So the Menendez brothers, are two brothers who grew up, I forget in what decade, but in Beverly Hills.
90s, because their trial was right after OJ.
Right after OJ. And I do remember, I think Ben Stiller talked about it during the Cable Guy.
Yeah,
because that was his, how Ben Stiller was like the murderer brother trial taking place during the Cable Guy whole thing, which is such a crazy idea, by the way.
Yeah.
But he took that from the Menendez brothers, I believe.
Yeah.
And Evan Peters says, prefer thank you, who played Jeffrey Dahmer. So the Menendez brothers had murdered their parents over some stupid shit, whatever. They grew up in Beverly Hills, California.
So if you don't know the story?
No, I don't know the story. I know that they murdered their parents. That's all I
So
know, dude.
there's actually a doc. So remember a few years back they did an OJ movie, almost, and it had Cuba Gooding Jr. and what's his name from Friends and all that shit. They did the same. Ross from Friends, David Schwimmer. They did the same style with the Menendez brothers, and Edie Falco, I believe, was the lawyer that was
love her
trying to put them in jail, I believe. But the story's fucked up. The story's messed up because the story actually goes back to like them being abused as children and the control that their dad actually had on the youngest, who was still being, I think, molested up until that time, but hiding it and not telling his brother and all this shit. So there was a lot of stuff that went up to it. And there was people actually were on the brother's side because of what they found out. But the problem also was that the grandparents and aunts, I think, that might have known will not say they know.
Oh my God.
They wouldn't say it.
Right.
And so like this turned into this huge thing because they also fucking murdered their parents at their home with shotguns. So it was a premeditated thing, but they're trying the whole trial was like, how was it premeditated, but was it based off of like all this other stuff and blah blah blah. But they murdered their parents and then they went to a fucking Laker game. You see them in the front row the same day. Yeah. Then they go on this fucking spending spree where they're buying all this brand new shit, brand new Jeep, brand new watches, all this crap, all while their parents are sitting there dead. Like, it's a really fucked up story. So I'm interested to see how they take it because that version that was shot with Edie Falco, that was awesome. I think it was like a 3 or 4 part series.
Whoa.
And it was awesome. Same thing as the OJ one that I think they were both FX.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's going to be very interesting to see which way they go with this because that story is messed up. And I think they said the reason they were so putting so much pressure was because OJ's trial had gone through and he got acquitted. So I forget who.
Oh, there was a pressure to
convict these guys because all of a sudden this guy got let out. And they talk about it in some of these things. It's like the pressure that they had to deal with because of the fact that OJ got off. OJ getting off of a murder thing with that much evidence
against him,
same type of shit. They're like, we can't, because that was considered a fucking huge loss.
Right.
Like LA County got fucked on that one. And so now and after that, they were like, yo, these kids aren't getting away with this shit. They murdered their parents in cold blood, premeditated. Like it was, but there's a lot more to that story. Right. So it'll be very interesting, I think.
Yeah, I'm super pumped for it. Again, you think of how season 1 went with Monster.
Is there a cast, by the way?
I haven't checked. Last I saw, just that they announced who they who season 2 was following.
I didn't know that was going to be like a series like that.
They said that a while ago.
I might have just not paid attention.
Yeah.
And I mean, shit, dude. Dahmer, as fucked up as it was, and as much controversy around it, because there was fucking a lot of controversy around it.
Yeah.
It was good. Also, like the Menendez brothers, after the last day when they got sentenced, they haven't seen each other since. They got sent to separate prisons. You know, like
really?
Yeah. It's a crazy story. 2 additional 10. Oh, nice.
So
the anthology series.
This is 1, and they're doing 1, and then so they're guaranteed this 1 and 1 more.
Nice.
Also says Netflix revealed that it also has what it called exclusive access to Lyle and Eric Menendez to participate in a documentary feature.
Yeah, so that's
from Campfire Studios. So they're doing another doc. Dude, well, an actual documentary.
The fact that they actually can get them and they're willing to talk, that might be that doc might be insane.
Again, Netflix does a great job not only doing the anthology shit, but then releasing a documentary.
Well, that's
alongside.
That's the new thing.
It's a crazy formula, dude.
Yeah. And well, they were talking about that. They've been talking about that since the Ryan Reynolds Welsh football team.
Oh yeah,
that him and McElhenney own from oh my god, what's the show? Always Sunny.
Oh, he's from It's Always Sunny.
He's from Always Sunny. So they bought this team, and one of the first things they did before anything happened, like they didn't know what was going to happen. They were like, "Yo, we're going to film all of it," because now everything's about people wanting to see the behind the scenes of how shit happens. Mm-hmm. So you make one movie of something that is real and you make it into like an actual like live action like thing, of course you're gonna make a doc right after. You're gonna make so much. People are gonna be watching that and then immediately watch the second one. And be like, yo, I want to know all the information about this. And then all of a sudden you just like, here's the doc.
No, yeah. Again, like I mean, that first thing you see, like a movie based on something, you're like, wow, I wonder how much that is true.
And then all of a sudden,
oh, you want to know?
There it is. Everyone wants to see how they make the fucking sausage.
I heard that phrase the other day. Actually, it was like people were more worried about how the sausage is made and less worried about how it tastes or something. Someone said that to me.
Makes sense.
It's just so funny. I never heard that, and now you just said it to me. It's weird.
It just popped in my head.
Like a sausage.
Like a sausage.
Like a sausage. That's dope, dude. I'm super pumped for that. Mike too.
Mike is stoked.
I think I think Mike would love this shit.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
Maybe we'll watch it together if you want. If you want,
we'll have a viewing party at my house if you want.
Bro, why is everything always at your house?
It's awesome.
Honestly, dude.
Where do you want to watch it?
Fucking my house.
Let's go to your house.
Yeah, let's go to my house. You haven't even been in my house, Manny.
No, you've never invited me.
You're always invited. You want to go right now?
Right now.
Can't go right now.
Imagine if it just went off. It's a beep.
And then we're back on. We're in Jay's room
with Jay. What's up, Jay?
Jay's like working on Sikorsky government stuff. You guys can't live stream this.
Oh man.
So Monster Season 2 gonna be dope, dude. One thing that was brought to my attention this morning by Manny, writers going on strike. Now, I didn't do much. I saw like a headline about this, and you were speaking to me about the repercussions of having some of these writers for shows that are daily and what could happen as they go on strike tomorrow, I believe is the first day, right? Or was it today?
I think no, the deadline to meet so what happened was they announced they were going to actually officially do it apparently 3 hours before the deadline.
Okay.
So the deadline was 12 o'clock.
And this is morning. Like classic example of like production, like the company meeting with the guild or
with the union
to renegotiate contracts, stuff like that, medical, whatever. And
here's the thing: the problem that everyone's running into and why we're having all these strikes because streaming has changed the way that everything happens. Like, so when streaming began, some of these people weren't getting any money for the streaming counts, and then all of a sudden Netflix blew up and started doing things, and you start seeing a lot of these people out of jobs,
right?
Or what's happening is which was what I read in the thing is that they're making it's becoming more of a gig job. You go in and you do it for a day instead of having a writer there all the time. You get hired for a show. It's like, hey, you come write one episode for me, and then we'll pay you for that, and that's it.
Right.
You know, the problem is when you get, like I was saying with you earlier, these like talk shows and daily shows, like you need a group of writers every single day there to do these shows. Jimmy Fallon's not writing his jokes.
He's not.
As much as you think he's writing all his jokes and he's the funniest dude, he's not. There is fucking multiple people in the background, of course, writing these jokes and writing these episodes and getting everything going. But with the streaming services, they're not getting paid. They're not getting paid what they get paid for. And it's becoming a gig thing, and it's becoming something that with reality TV, they don't need fucking writers. So a lot of these guys are getting screwed over in their job. They're not making the money, so they can't make a living. All because no one wants to pay them now for the streaming because it's a brand new thing, you know? So it'll be interesting. So right now, all of your live, daily shows, your night, late night shows, all that shit is on hold. Any season that might be filming right now that needs extra episodes is going to get delayed until they figure this shit out, which is not going to be an easy thing to figure out because Hollywood doesn't fucking give respect to writers ever. Writers get the shit end of the stick for most of it. So it's an interesting decision, but I think it's needed. And I think they need to figure out what the deal is with their, with how they're getting paid and their, responsibility. They're putting on good content.
Yeah, that's for sure, dude. They deserve to get paid.
Yeah. So,
but Fur, by the way, says last time I don't know how true this is. Last time the writers struck, reality shows were born. This time the writers strike, YouTubers will be making shows.
Do you know what? That's very true. That's very true. And of course, you're running with AI too. That they're battling. AI was a big thing.
God, dude. I could imagine. Yeah.
Because why not? Fucking have AI write you a shitty script and just do it. And if people like it, people like it. And if they don't, you didn't spend any money on a fucking writer. Like it's unreal. It's like they want to make these movies, they want to make their money, but they don't want to put anything into it. And it is horseshit. And I was hearing some numbers this morning about the late night shows and how much money is being put into these things. Fucking Letterman, I think I was telling you, Letterman had 5 million views, something like that, at night when they was watching. That got cut in half for the first episode of Corgan's. Is it his name Corgan?
James Corden.
Corden's show, when he first started, he was already down to like 2 million.
Yeah.
And then that got split again. And then that got split again. So like right now he's probably got 700,000.
Yeah.
800,000 people watching. And the show, I believe they were saying cost around 60 million to make.
That's
yearly.
Ridiculous. Losing so much money.
Advertisement only is making back about 40, 45 of it. These are numbers I heard on the radio today from one of my other podcasts that I listen to, and I think something that I had read too. So if you want to look it up, look it up. I'm not giving you exact numbers, just to be clear.
Right, of course.
But yeah, it's a declining thing. And they were saying also that, like, you know, the hosts themselves make money. Jimmy Fallon makes about 15 million to host his show.
Mm-hmm.
And the writers are not getting paid for shit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, how does that work?
Yeah.
Without the writers, there's no Jimmy Fallon. So it doesn't fucking matter how much you pay him. You got to start paying your fucking writers.
Mm-hmm.
And that might eliminate the fact that you have to pay someone that much money to host a show.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's the other thing is like, when you start paying one person this much money, they better be giving you something other than their name.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
So,
but it's interesting. Obviously, something that we're going to keep our eyes on and see exactly how that gets resolved. It should be interesting to see kind of what comes of it.
Yeah.
But now let's go to our final thing we're talking about, which is our watch list recap. You know, Manny and I have been putting out our watch list now. Me for about 9 weeks, Manny for 2 weeks.
Oh, no, this is the third week.
I absolutely love it.
I'm having fun with it. It's
making
me
so much
pay
fun.
attention a little bit more.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. So, Manny, why don't you talk about what you watched?
Let's see. What did I pick on mine? Let me look it up real quick.
No GlenGarry Glenross. The Citadel.
Let's
was
start
one
with
of
Citadel.
them, right?
Yeah. Citadel on Amazon. They have 2 episodes out. They might have 3. I don't know what day they release. By the way, all these shows that I'm starting to watch that are brand new, they're going back to the fucking weekly releases, episodes. And I think I'm loving it more.
Love it.
It makes me appreciate each episode a little bit more. I'm watching it a little bit better. I'm noticing things. But this show on Amazon Prime has the Indian girl that's married to one of the Jonas Brothers. She was in Guantanamo. She's done a few different.
Alvin Kumar?
No.
No.
It's a girl, the woman. What's her name?
Not the college.
No, not the college.
Priyanka.
Yep. And then what's the dude's name?
Richard Madden.
He was in a show on Netflix that was like I forget what it was called, but it was like a spy type. Yeah,
I've seen that show. He was also going to get Game of Thrones.
Yeah, he was
Rob Stark.
Right, Stark. But he was also it was a protection thing. He was like the head of, or he was like a special ops type thing. But either way, it's cool. So both the and what's his face is in it.
Stanley Tucci.
Stanley Tucci.
Love him.
Awesome. So it's about pretty much these guys that are like assassins, but like, from what I got from it was they got programmed somehow, and somehow you can get wiped of all your memory. And so something happens in the beginning and you find out that there's this explosion. They got sent to a trap. Everyone gets caught. The Citadel is actually a group that's independent from everybody else, kind of like
classic.
Exactly. Same type of shit. But it was interesting. It was a fun watch. You know, I think once I see the rest and the fact that it is every week
keeps you wanting more, coming back.
Actually,
baby.
yeah, it actually doesn't make me go, oh, I fucking hate this show already, because the first episode doesn't give me any information. Like every episode is kind of like they hit and they leave you with that awesome cliffhanger of like, oh shit, I can't wait for the next one to come. And I'm gonna wait for them, and I will pay attention now to when it comes out.
You will wait.
I will wait for all of it. But but yeah, it was good. I thought it was entertaining. I thought the action was there. Stanley Tucci is awesome in it too. It's all around for now. The first 2 episodes pretty good. Information's there, action's there,
love it.
Storylines there.
Awesome. Now John Mulaney also on your watch list.
Whatever you guys know about John Mulaney, I don't know if you do know about him. He's a huge drug addict.
Used to be.
Used to be. The whole point of this show is literally to go over that. His whole joke, his whole everything is talking about him doing drugs, how he got into rehab, what happened, because he got, he had an intervention. He literally goes throughout the entire story of that day, which is hysterical if it's true. Like, you're talking, he starts off his day by going to his drug dealer and getting like a crap ton of coke, and then opening the door and there being a intervention, and he has all these drugs on him. And to the point of going to rehab and being like, do you have any drugs? No, but can I go to the bathroom first? Type, like, all these little things. And it's very true, raw. He's telling about himself, and he's telling it, but in the Mulaney way, which is just fucking hysterical. So it's an hour comedy special, brilliant, called Baby J.
Love it.
Last thing, what's my
Unforgiven?
Unforgiven, dude. I mean, Clint Eastwood, fucking oh my god, Clint Eastwood and
John Wayne.
No.
You love the westerns, dude. Unforgiven.
Yeah, I mean, they're fun. Gene Hackman.
Morgan Freeman, too.
Yeah,
and Richard Harris.
Yeah, man. These are all fucking
Francis
like action
Fisher,
packed
too.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It's just your typical fucking old school Clint Eastwood western.
I think I'm gonna watch it.
You should. It's awesome. It really is. And and again, like GlenGarry Glen blah 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 was. It's
same year, 92.
It's the older movies. There's dialogue driven. It's a little bit slower paced than most things, and it's Clint Eastwood being a badass, dude. Look at it. Like, look at that. Look at his face. He's famous for this type of character.
I guess this is like a Spanish one where it's impitoyable.
Impitoyable. But Gene Hackman is also awesome in it. It's an overall classic, great movie to watch if you haven't seen it.
Love it, dude.
Yeah.
Cool.
And don't be afraid that it's a Western. It's not your typical fucking John Wayne.
It's not typical like Western shooter flick.
Yeah, it's a lot darker. It's awesome.
Is it unforgivable?
It's unforgivable.
Prefer Morgan Freeman. All right, moving on to my watch list, dude.
What you got? What you really
starting from the middle, then going back down, then working my way back up.
Oh, look at you.
Which is, one thing we already talked about. I guess I start from the bottom. GlenGarry Glenross, really talked about that already. I did watch it on YouTube.
Yeah,
I know it's on Hulu as well. That's totally fine, but obviously, great movie. Like Manny said too, it is slower paced, dialogue driven, reliant on the actors, which there is.
The great actors
there is just such great acting in the movie, so many good scenes, so many well-written scenes. Again, if you look at it for face value, the simplicity of the movie, it tucks you in nice and cozy to your movie bed. You just want to hang out and watch, So next thing I was watching actually this past weekend was Pawn Stars. Believe it or not, dude. I know it's on Hulu, and again, a show that was definitely made for TV, that had commercials every 8 minutes or whatever. The episode's on for a half hour, but there's really only like 18, 19 minutes worth of fucking stuff in it. Makes it great watch for Hulu because you really just, you obviously cut the ads down to almost nothing. Episodes fly by like that. It's very bingeable.
They were saying that type of TV is perfect for all these new paid ad subscription because they're already pre-cut. For breaks.
Exactly.
They're already ready for these breaks to be put in, so it works. So now they don't even have to think twice about it. They just put them up.
Yeah. So. As Michael almost walks into the door. Dun, dun. But yeah, and obviously you know about Pawn Stars. You learn a lot. Evel Knievel's helmet was in one of the most recent episodes, and I want $80,000. Well, I can give you 10 for it.
I'll give you $3 for it.
$3, dude. So funny.
Jerk.
And then of course Rick and Chumlee. Fucking the other son.
The father died.
The father died.
Or no, the grandfather died.
Dude, grandfather. Rick's father passed away. This was like season, I think 18. I was watching, so this was deep in the show right now. Chumlee's skinny, looks really weird.
Yeah. He's taking charge.
Corey's the other son. Who's also skinned out. Yeah, they all got skinny, other than Rick, actually.
Oh, Rick's old now, so
he doesn't give a fuck, dude. But it's a fun show, dude. It really is.
Well, you know what? You just reminded me because I was seeing they've been advertising this on Netflix is King of Collectibles, The Golden Touch. I don't know if you've seen this advertised.
No.
It's the same shit.
Yeah, the same shit.
It is a guy that's a collectible, but it's I think pretty much like the new thing now. It's like bringing in like shoes and being like a whole thing. But there's let's see, 6 episodes here.
Interesting.
So we'll see.
Check it out, dude.
I might have to check it out to compare, but like Pawn Stars, like
it's not comparable.
It's not you know what's gonna happen, and you sit there and wait.
Yeah.
Just to see if you're right or wrong.
Yeah. I really enjoy Storage Wars. I like that show.
All those type of realities where you're like,
but see, that show pisses me off because they'll just be like in a lot of mad shit. Like they pull everything out of the fucking unit and they're looking through it and they're just like, oh, wow, I open this drawer. Oh, t-shirts, $60. And then they're calculating it up. It's like, dude, you don't fucking know. Like $60. Who's buying a kid's fucking Jigglypuff shirt?
You have no idea.
Stop it, dude.
No idea.
Yeah, but it's like, come on, dude. It's like, oh, this thing, $200, and it's like.
Yeah, but if you do it long enough, and you know, like, oh,
no,
I've sold something like this, so it's got to be like. But you're right. It's like,
but again, it's just like you're just like ripping through.
That might just be for show.
It's gonna take you 10 years if anything to sell that shirt,
dude. Half of that shit's gonna get burned, or gonna get put in another storage that someone else is gonna sell later on and buy.
And the last thing that I watched as I start to fucking sneeze again.
Oh, don't sneeze, buddy. Don't sneeze. Oh, he's gonna sneeze. There it is. Jackpot.
Fuck. Waiting.
Oh God, here we go.
I told the guys this. I think it was Saturday night, Friday night, maybe at home. You know, I was out drinking, whatever, dude. Come home in bed. Just gotta put something on, dude. Hulu. First thing that pops up, waiting. I'm like, you know what, dude? That's a movie I can fall asleep
and that
to.
thumbnail.
And the thumbnail.
The thumbnail
for it is hilarious.
It's brilliant.
But I'm like, all right, I can fall asleep to waiting. I stayed and watched the whole fucking movie.
You can't. You don't fall asleep to waiting. Get the fuck out of here.
Literally, and I haven't seen the movie in a few years, and to watch it from top to bottom in the just absolute, no pun intended, shenanigans that goes on in this movie is just outrageous. To really like break it down to like the start of the movie, which basically, in reality, the entire plot of the movie revolves around is the game they play in the restaurant, which starts off by, you know, Ryan Reynolds introing the new guy, showing him the ropes of this game. And it basically is a bunch of dudes in the restaurant who get each other to look at each other's nuts unknowingly, unsuspectingly.
In different forms. You see the genitals.
There's a point system.
There's a point system.
There are moves.
Not fucking weird, guys.
Yeah, dude. It's not weird. So and then again, on top of that, like Ryan Reynolds is this piece of shit guy who like just waiting for this girl to turn 18 so he can have sex with her. And then Justin Long is just this guy trying to make his way through life, figure out what he wants to do, go to college, doesn't know, is, you know, obviously waiting tables at this place, and they're all banging each other.
Yeah, if you don't know, this all takes place in a restaurant shenanigans. The beginning of the day all the way to the end of the day.
Basically.
And what happens with the staff.
And there's a before and after basically at Ryan Reynolds' house apartment, whatever. And it's just fucking hilarity, dude. Gives you a little insight in terms of what your waiting staff could be doing. Like,
the things. And I mean, it's not what they could be doing, is
what they are.
do.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, I worked at a kitchen once.
Really? Doing what?
I was a dishwasher.
Okay.
Back in the day. And I did a little catering. And
nice.
I wasn't fully, I only did it a few summers, but no one was there that I actually hung out with that long. So I didn't see that part of it, but I have a bunch of friends that worked, and they said it was so spot on, it's fucked up. Because a lot of the shit that you see on there is stuff that, you know, you see in a joke and you're like, they would never do that. Like, yo, they fucking do that.
Yeah, they do.
They put shit in your food. When you send your food back, you're probably in a 50-50 chance that something else is going to go into your food. Like, don't be that person. And that's actually part of the story too. It's like, don't be these people that suck.
Right.
Because they go through every shitty customer you can have.
Yeah, they literally, from like foreigners that don't tip to the bitch woman who sends her food back. She's an asshole from the get-go, dude.
The guy that brings his girl and is like, I'll have 2 Jack on the Rocks and a beer. It's like, what do you have? Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a special celebration. Water, she can have a Diet Coke.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That asshole, like redneck. Dude. The boy from your high school does better than you right now.
But that shows up 5 minutes before closing.
Minutes, yeah.
Oh, dude. And you see the back. That's one of my favorite scenes. Closing at 10, it's like 9:50.
Yeah.
The fucking front hostess is like, shit, I have to go back there and tell everyone that just finished cleaning the kitchen that they have another customer.
I know.
And then you see everyone staring at the clock, and then she comes and goes, one more, and they all go, fuck!
Yeah, exactly, dude. They drop the steak on the 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, it's oh my God. You see that and you go, oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's how I would feel too.
Yeah. Oh, Buffer comes in here with a comment. Nice emoji action, dude. And then he says, ma'am, I have no doubt your steak is overcooked, but did you have to eat it all? I really do think this is one of the greatest movies ever made. Again, it just never fails. Every joke hits. The cast. Talk about a well-rounded cast of up-and-coming actors that became great. Oh, thank you, Mike. I actually need that ladder.
Yeah, actually, I need you to do something for me with that ladder.
I actually do need the ladder.
No, for real.
I appreciate it. Ryan Reynolds, Justin Long, Anna Faris, Dane Cook.
Yeah. Luis Guzman.
Right, dude?
What's homeboy? Milanakis.
Andy Milanakis?
Yeah. He's the Huffer. They're the Huffers in the back.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, dude. T-Dog.
T-Dog, yeah.
Oh, my God, dude. Yeah, it's so funny. The dude who's the manager who's from Anchorman.
Yeah, he's hilarious. What's his face? The dishwasher. He has that deep voice.
Yeah, the Bishop.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is. But he's been in some great movies, some great shows,
TV shows,
dude.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely ridiculous cast, dude.
God.
It's so funny.
Each one has their story. That's the thing too.
Yeah.
Each one has a story that you follow throughout the day. The guy that's way too nice and takes the double shift for the girl that he thinks is cute, but he'll never gonna get.
Yeah.
You know, you get all these really cool things. The manager that's telling Jason Long's character like, "Hey, you can be like me."
Yeah.
And be the manager, and he's just like, "Fuck." Because back in the day, that was not the way you went. Like now, anybody will take that fucking job and be like, "Yep, I'll take a managerial position." Managerial position. So I don't know. It's crazy. I loved it though. I love that movie. You're right. Have you seen the second one? Still waiting.
I think I may have seen it once.
Atrocious.
But I'm not
fucking atrocious.
Advocating for that, dude.
Fucking atrocious.
But
I mean, the final scene. Oh, and hold on. And the fucking kid from Freaks and Geeks is the new guy.
It's right. That's right. The young main character kid. Yeah.
Is it like the fact that we forgot about him when he's actually like an enormous part of the story?
Yeah.
Because at the end, of course, what he does, learning the game, and everyone finally accepts him as thing. It's just like you.
Yeah, right.
Oh, me?
Yeah, what the fuck did I do?
It's like, fuck you. Dude, so what the fuck did I do?
Yeah.
After he just tortured me. Welcome to the Thunderdome, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's so good. It's so good. Sprinkle a little extra salt in there, some guacamole.
Whoa, man. You don't mix Mexican and continental.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
You're better than that.
Yeah.
You're better than that. He goes, oh, okay.
Have a little garlic salt.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You don't mix.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
Oh, what a fucking line. Just
I know.
Luis Guzman kills me. The bathroom scene when he's having, you always want to have sex.
Yeah.
I took you to my grandmother's
funeral.
It's like, yeah, it's sad.
Yeah. Kept trying to get me to jerk you off.
The view.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
Come
on, baby.
Oh my God.
And then the dude walks in who can't take a piss and bubble outside of his bed. Dude, I am again. The fact that we had a full conversation and still missed about 5 different characters is
ridiculous. Yeah, each character in and of its own right. I mean, you can go even to the bartender too,
talking
dude.
to
the other chick.
Again, you meet in the different types of customers.
Yeah.
Those were the bar customers.
Yeah, dude. All different dynamics of a restaurant. Very cool stuff.
And
dude.
the angry woman.
The waitress
that you see. One of my favorite scenes is when she's fucking walking back from the kitchen.
Right. She's fucking
and then she goes, and she just her face turns when she takes that turn. You're like, that I can only imagine that's what every fucking one of those people are doing.
Literally, Mike can know that. Mike would know what is it. Well, first teaser for Dune Part 2 has just been released, dude.
You
cold-blooded bastard.
You cold-blooded
check it out.
Dude. Let's go.
Courtesy of Michael.
I think we can finish off the episode that way, huh? Or did you finish your? Yeah, waiting was the last one you had.
Finish over your face.
Finish. What?
Let's see. 2 hours ago.
Deuces. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. 11.
Oh, this is for the trailer releasing in 22 hours.
Oh, Okay.
Let's go. Let's see where the teaser is.
Give me that teaser.
Didn't we watch a teaser?
I feel like we. Maybe not. No, nothing.
Just go to YouTube.
Part 2 trailer. Ooh, all right. So we got a minute and a half teaser.
Yeah, but no, this is from April 26th.
Oh, so we have watched this.
Yeah.
Oh no, April 26th was like last week. Did we watch this?
We did watch a trailer. But again, that would say that there was something
official first look,
like right now. That's what we got. Teaser,
pumpkin eaters.
Teaser. See, like Dune Part 2, official trailer.
Teaser trailer. Is that Warner Brothers? What date was that?
Warner Brothers. This is the official trailer premiering tomorrow.
Oh, so it is premiering. So at least we know it's premiering tomorrow.
Oh, maybe this is it. 25 minutes ago. Dune.
2-part teaser.
Yeah, let's check it out. Let's
see what we got.
Let's share the screen. Fuck you.
Share it up.
Prefer
Anna Faris.
Anna Faris, dude. She's a funny actress, dude.
Stop breathing so heavy.
It's not me, I swear.
Nice little hype up for tomorrow.
That was a teaser for the trailer, dude.
Is that what we're doing now?
That's what we're doing now, dude.
Okay.
And I bet tomorrow on the trailer it still says Dune 2 trailer starts now.
Are you ready? Get ready for it now.
But I would say still pretty dope, dude. Good content there. Love Dune. Love the first one. Got to rewatch it for sure.
100%.
Obviously, you see the cast there. Josh Brolin, Javier Bardem. Alexander Skarsgård is now in the fold there as his father, Stellan Skarsgård, is the head of the Arkanen family.
Is there 3 of them, right?
There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Stellan, Alexander, and the other one who played Pennywise.
Yeah.
It's fucking freaking me out, dude. Obviously, you know Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, who's so hot right now.
Zendaya.
So is Timothy Chalamet. Well, the whole cast is very hot right now.
Very hot right now.
But I would say looking forward to it.
I'm excited.
Show tomorrow.
I'm excited.
Probably watch the trailer on Friday. Dune 2 trailer. What up, bro?
Watch it on Friday, bro.
All right. I would say that was a great way to fucking close it out,
that
dude.
was perfect, dude.
What else do you have to say on the closeout? Anything?
Nothing. We'll pick another movie to watch, but for next week. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's anything left.
Yeah, let's think of movies to watch, dude.
Yeah. Be ready. We have Gaming Corner coming up on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Of course, you have Sports Port coming up every single day with your boy Brian Barnaby and Tony.
I
don't know what else.
That's it, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank everyone for tuning in here as we have a comment on the way out here. But first says Tony, thanks for the 3 hours of podcasting today.
Tony,
you're welcome.
Gives his all. He gives his all.
I really try my best, dude. I'm sorry if I was sniffling and snotting all day, dude.
You're good. You're good.
It's tough day with the allergy. I feel it. You know when you feel the
right
itch,
on the top, yeah.
You feel the itch, dude.
It's 1 inch.
And then there's just one breath where that itch goes.
Yep. And your whole face goes.
That's how I'm feeling, dude. Pretty crazy.
That's how I felt last
But
week.
appreciate it. Prefer. I honestly I do it because of you, but I do it for the fans. I don't do it for anyone else. Not even myself. I do it for you guys at home.
Yeah.
So I want to thank everyone for tuning in here. Sportsport will be back at it again tomorrow, 10 a.m. Screen Time will be back at it on Friday. What time, Manny?
12
noon, baby.
Nooners,
baby. Manny will be videoing.
I will be videoing. I'll be in Massachusetts.
Manny will be on assignment, videoing in. Tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. We have Gaming Corner coming at you too.
Yeah.
Twisted Metal being put on the PS2. Manny, Tony, Mano, Imano. Gonna be a great time, dude. Nostalgic, as you know, you saw last week. We watched the Twisted Metal teaser for the shows coming out on Paramount, I believe, with Anthony Mackie.
That's what got us amped.
That's what got us amped. Gonna be playing Twisted Metal, old school graphics, 90s Sweet Tooth Clown, dude, and fucking cursing probably too.
New set. You've never seen
blowing
this set
up
before.
Your fucking faces.
It's gonna be awesome.
So stay tuned for that, bud. We'll see you back here today. I'm hoping you really enjoyed the episode here today. Got some good news, got some good info, a lot of good movies out there. GlenGarry Glenross, go watch that tonight, or Waiting. If you haven't seen any of those two movies, go watch them tonight, and you can call in on Friday if you want to talk about it. But appreciate all you guys for tuning in, and we will see you for Screen Time on Friday, Sports for tomorrow.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.